Good evening. Back to do some more of my Godot Wild 41 Jam. So tonight I'm going to do some pixel art, get the game looking a bit better. I've implemented... Hey Josh, how are you doing? Thanks for dropping by again. I'll show where I'm up to with it. Got my character controller pretty much working. So I've got my little captain, he'll run about, can jump, although I'm not sure that jumping will be actually used, but I've done it anyway. And then we've got ladder movement, you can go up and down ladders, you can drop off them, you can jump and sort of start halfway up. So that's all working without any issues. So what I'm going to do now is I'm planning on drawing a ship tonight. So the ship's going to take up probably this sort of size area of the screen, the hull of the ship. So I'm going to draw that out, and then once I've got it looking like I want it to, I'll break it up and make the sort of deck parts and things into a tile sheet ready to use. So that's what I've got planned tonight. So we've got 32 pixel gap there between the decks. That may be too much, to be honest, because the deck levels, they aren't going to be this thick, they're only going to be probably about 8 pixels. So I'll see how it looks. I'll start it with a 32 pixel gap. I'll get a rough shape knocked out for the ship, and then we'll see how it looks from there. So I've got a few reference images which I'm going to loosely follow. So it's sort of, this is the style of ship I'm going for, sort of something like this. Just a traditional little fishing boat. I may have to change the proportions to get enough depth just to get a couple of levels in there, but that's what I'm going for. So let's make a start. Just roughly mark where the platforms need to be. I want to leave quite a bit at the bottom because this area's got to be where the fish come on, so probably have that as a platform. Sort of the deck level. Roughly work with those dimensions. That should work. And if I sort of come to about there at the back, probably about there at the front, gives me room down here too. For the guy who's got the fishing to drop his fishing rod down and catch fish that are coming on. start with the deck. It's slightly taller. It's got a slight curve to it. Back bit. Hey bud, how's it going? Yeah, just drawing a ship tonight. I'm planning on this as a sort of style I'm going for the game. Currently, I'll show you what I've got at the minute. Just really got the character controller working and a player sprite drawn, jumps and ladders work. So I'm drawing the ship that's going to take up sort of most of the screen. Then the guy will fish off the back and catch fish that sort of swim that way. Hey Vic Fro, thanks for dropping by. Good to see you here. Did you catch my little brief description then of where I'm up to and what I'm planning? I'll give you a rundown of what the actual game's going to be, because I don't think you were here the other night when I was doing it. Where was my... This was my amazing picture the other night that demonstrated what the game's going to be. Literally, you're going to be a little guy running about a fishing boat. Various things are going to happen. The engine's going to break, water's going to leak in, Godzilla or a shark or something's going to attack you, and you maybe shoot it to get rid of it. You'll have to go to the steering wheel and make navigation changes at various times. I think I'm going to have it where there's 2 players, so you'll control them both with different keys. The guy running about repairing it, and then a guy at the back who's going to be fishing. And there'll be various fish, different sizes and values that come on. And the idea of the game is to keep the ship going as long as you can before it totally breaks down, and catch as many fish in that time as you can to get as high a monetary score as possible. So the ship's going to have a pun for the name, so that'll get that wild card in. Obviously, it's got the fishing mini game, and I'm going to have a go at recording all the sounds with my voice as well, so I'm hoping to get all 3 wild cards in there. So I'm just on with drawing out the boat, this type of boat it's going to roughly look like. Makes me think of games like Faster Than Light. Yeah, it's that sort of thing where you've got to sort of micromanage a few things to keep your vessel going. So that looks quite a good rough outline of what I want the ship to look like. Let's get rid of that line there. Is that royalty-free music, by the way? Yeah, it's Pretzel Rocks. So it's. I've just got the free version. I don't subscribe, so get a few limited playlists, and it's Twitch and YouTube safe. So. Right, so I now need to work out exactly where these platforms are going to go, because I need to sort of only sort of shade the bits of the ship that are going to be visible. So bright colour for now. Sort of measuring it, so let's check my measurements again on how high the player jumps, although I don't really think that the jumping's going to be a thing in it. So I could probably get away with it. 16. I think that'll roughly be okay where those are. Sounds like they added more bands. The metal playlist was 80% Miracle of Sound. Yeah, this is the rock playlist. They seem to, on the free tier, just keep swapping out the playlists, because I know in the run up to Christmas the rock one I couldn't use that, and I was playing the metal one then. It did actually seem to repeat quite a lot more than this one did, although it did say it had hours and hours of music, but I do quite like the rock one. Lines go. So this sort of bottom of the boat comes around there. Isn't that the main character in this project? The boat manager, so to speak. What's this Mr. Farts about? Oh, that's a different game jam that I'm doing. It's a 10 round game jam, and there's a little challenge each round. The first round was to create a character with unique abilities. I'll show it you in case you've not seen it, anybody. And my character that I created was called Mr. Farty Pants. So it's in the judging phase at the minute, so I'll see whether in the next few days whether I get through to round 2, and then there'll be another challenge which I'm presuming will expand on the current challenge. So this is Mr. Farty Pants. No, Mr. Farty Pants isn't the main character in this project. I've got ideas where I'd like to take this game if the jam lets me, and if it doesn't then I may do it anyway, but it's just a little farty builder. So that's done in Godot as well, so I'm hoping that I get to take that further in the competition as well. But no, Captain Fubar, the main character in this game is this little fella. And he'll also, there'll be a little fisherman as well, sort of with the typical sort of yellow fishing outfit and the yellow hat on that you see in generic films. Incredible character building. Thanks. Cheers for that, Victor. Where's my reference image disappeared to? What colour should we go for the rest of the boat? Probably going to leave this area here, or this end, because depending on time I may have some mechanic where the guy who's fishing has to, when he's caught a fish, drop it into a little tank, and that may be visible. So I'll probably leave this, I'll shade it in for now. And another idea I had was that when you're controlling the fishing guy, the rest of the ship sort of gets coloured in so that you can see more fishing, because I did think of, don't know whether anybody's watched Deadliest Catch, I did think of having the fishing mechanic as where you'll have like the boy coming on for the crab pot, and then the guy at the back's got to fire in the direction of it to grab it and then pull the crab pot up. Or I may just have a traditional, just drop your line and hook a fish and pull it up. See how it goes. What's the little chat character display thing I've seen on a few items on streams? It's cool. That's stream avatars. You just add your own. You can buy characters, or you can just add your own little characters in. There's a lot more interactions you can do with it, but I've not really got those set up yet. I'm still relatively new to this streaming lark, so. I think what I'm going to do is colour the entire boat in, and then I'll cut out the sections that I need. Enjoy doing the pixel art, so why not? Right, we'll make this top part of the boat maybe greeny colour possibly. I'll go with the blues. just flatten all these layers. I don't really need them now that I know what size I'm doing it. Probably a bit pink this, but I'm trying to stick with this rosy palette that I've chosen because I quite like the palette. Then at the top of the boat we'll just add
This is not the end, she says. She's drenched in blood. You laugh and say, good God, are you crazy? We've had enough fun. What's wrong with my broken glass in your ears? But against all odds it starts to make sense, and you feel away. The way you were selfish and not together, think of everything we could
Living out someone else's life. Who didn't choose?
Well, time has a funny way of changing what's meant for you.
How's everyone doing tonight? What are they up to? Any of you making games tonight? My team for the jam disbanded, so I'll go back to my personal project. Oh, that's a shame. Were they people you knew, or was it a random sort of team that you'd joined? Random. It's never gone that bad for me in like 10 jams. Then a friend I've jammed in the past joined, but 2 other members got discouraged. Yeah, I've had a couple of bad experiences of working in a team in jams. They're the only 2 times they have, and they were both with random people that I didn't really know or knew very little before the jam. So I just always do jams on my own. Not saying I'll never not team up with someone, but I'd have to know them and know that they'd have similar ideas, or I knew what their work was like already. So we just decided to stop. It's alright, I've learned a thing or two about shaders and some mechanics I'll want to implement in my personal project. Oh, at least you've taken something from it then. Shaders is something that I've not really ever touched. It's something that I do want to learn more about, because I know when I've seen other people using them, they look really powerful, what you can do with them. I don't think I've ever used this curve tool so much. I seem to be using it for most of it. I'm just sort of blocking out all the sort of shadow areas, and then I'll do a bit of dithering and stuff after. You have any reference for your boat? Yeah, it's not that one. This is what I'm roughly working from. I've just got that on another screen as well. But yeah, I'm just sort of roughly using that, but let's. Should roughly look at adding the wheelhouse in as well. Probably that sort of size should do it. that a little bit more. Straight up. Right, I'm pretty tired now. Just want to check out what you're up to. Good luck and see you another time. Thanks for dropping by, Vicro. Appreciate it. Have a good rest, and I'll catch you another time, hopefully. I think that looks roughly the right shape for the wheelhouse. Let's add some windows in. Thinking maybe slightly wrong scale this. Leaving a little dude there for scale. I think I've probably maybe if I make this a little bit smaller. Bring it down a bit more because I'm going to make it all so it's on one level, so hi the Agich, thanks for dropping by. How are you doing? We'll stick with that for now. I'm fine, thanks. You? Yeah, good. Just join the fishing boat for my game. I'll show you. Since you just joined, I'll sort of explain what the game's going to be. You're on a boat. You're going to have two little characters. One guy's running around fixing things that break, like the engine will break, water will start leaking in, you might get attacked by a shark. You might have to change the steering course of your boat. So you'll be controlling one little guy doing that. And then the other guy you control will be at the back of the boat. He'll be fishing. Not 100% worked out the fishing mechanic yet, but it'll probably be just catching fish that go on the bottom. The idea is to keep your boat going as long as possible without it breaking down. And while the boat's being kept going, this guy catching as many fish as you can to earn as much money as you can. And that'll be sort of how the game's scored. How much money you've caught from catching fish. So that's roughly the game. Currently, I've got this far at the moment. Got a little player character that runs about and climbs up and down ladders. And I've got these sort of... That's just starting work on an item that'll be damaged. Just as the interaction that when the player gets there, it knows you're there. So coding wise, that's pretty much all I've got. But I thought tonight I'd work a bit on the actual boat. So roughly working off this reference image. And this is where we've got at the minute. I'm going to put like a wood edge on the top of this boat. It's not on the image, but I've seen sort of that on other boats. I live next to the sea, so I see a lot of fishing boats on a daily basis. So I'll do a little bit of from my mind as well as using the... So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to look at cutting the actual areas out where I'm going to make it that I can actually move about the boat. leave that bit in for now. Gonna have to draw sort of the inside of the ship now as well. It's a little bit of a mess, but it'll, as I get the inside drawn, should work out fine. So let's add another layer, move that underneath. Pop that layer so I don't make any changes to that. Now let's add the inside of the boat. Sort of a border to highlight that it's sort of a cut out area. So let's add a floor in. I'll probably keep this image as an overlay in the actual game, and I'll just use a tile map just to sort of block out using just solid tiles. And just adjust the sizing to match the image that I'm drawing. I think that'll probably be the best way of doing it. that's a flaw there. Just cut and paste all that and duplicate it for the next level of flooring. So next we'll add some ladders into the game. Draw it over here. Come a little bit thinner.
just the way I can't keep you honest like you're coming clean. It's just the way you seem to be addicted to leaving me. It's just the way now that I can't sleep at night. Now that you're gone, it's just the way.
Got my layers a little bit mixed up here, but
Don't know which direction I was coming from. It's just the way I can't seem to tell apart all of your rights from wrongs. It's just the way now that I know that you're lonely. I know you'll only lie to silence.
so let's get this bit sorted out now. Just realised I'd deleted my wooden bit off the top, so we'll add that back in again. Save it as a PNG. I'll drop it in the game. Don't need these little players in there though. And we'll add this in and get the player running about on it and see what that then looks like. not finished, but at least I can just check it works in the game as it is. Check the texture onto it in a sec. Yeah, I'm not sure whether I actually need to use a tile map anymore, because as soon as I've drawn the boat, so the ladders are already just objects, so I think I may just add some static bodies in and use those. Change the scale of these a bit. Duplicate that. That's going to just be have one-way collisions. Benson Merrick, thank you very much for the follow. Much appreciated. Not sure how long you've been there, but I'm working on a game for the Godot Wild Jam. There's the link to it if you're interested. I'm not sure whether you're taking part in it yourself or whether you're just into Godot development in general. So we'll save that as a scene. I'm relatively new to Godot, so I'm sort of learning as I go. Save branch scene. Start building the scene up. I'm using these static bodies just as a way of blocking out the level. With it only being on one screen, I've just drawn the entire level just as one image. Won't be a game jam as well. It's more about getting things done than doing everything the totally best way. Got to check in a minute that my ladders actually still work as I intended them to. Probably will change this back to being a tile map because it's quite a cumbersome way of working, but for now I'll keep going in this direction. Let's check that everything's still working as it was before. Hey Daverino. Yep, I'm doing the Godot Wild Jam as well. You doing it yet? A few issues there, but it's roughly working as it should. Yeah, the idea of the game, Daverino, not sure how long you've been about, but I'll give you a quick walkthrough of what the game's going to be. Basically, you're on a boat. You'll be controlling two characters. One character's job is going to be to run around the boat and fix problems that'll keep occurring. The engine will break and you'll have to mend that, or there'll be leaks in the boat. You'll have to go up to the wheelhouse to maybe make some adjustments to the navigation. There's a few other ideas as well that I've got. So you'll be controlling that guy with one set of controls to keep the ship going. And then the other guy is going to be fishing off the back. And the aim of the game is to catch as many fish as you can before your boat breaks down and finally sinks. This is a shark. I did have that as an idea that maybe he'll come and attack and you'll shoot him from the front, but going off that idea at the minute. But that's basically the game. So tonight I've just been drawing out. I'm just drawing an image for the boat, and I'm just currently popping some static bodies just about the level, just to try and get it working properly. How's your game coming on? You're doing it with a group. How many of you is there in your team? And have you all got different jobs, like somebody doing sound, someone art, or are you all doing a bit of everything? Better. Three people, yeah, we mostly split it up, one doing art, one doing mechanics, one sounds, that we all dabble. Everyone who plays that game will be greeted with my terrible singing. Are you going for doing all the different wild cards? I'm planning on doing them all. Obviously, I'm adding the fishing game in. The ship's name is going to be a pun, so that'll take care of the third wild card. And maybe later in the week, I'll stream me making loads of stupid noises for the game itself to get the sound of y'all wild card in there. Definitely sound of y'all and trees, and then hoping we could add the fishing mini game. Cool. Well, look forward to playing your game. What type of game is it that you're making? 2D, 3D? Just a cute little game about a lonely kraken who just wants to share some hugs with passing boats. Did you put a picture from a screenshot from the game in the Discord? Was it yesterday? Was it of a purpley, pinky kraken? Need to stop the play now, but being able to do that. Someone might have. Valetman did, yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing that yesterday. That looked pretty cool. I like that. Nice art. think I'm going to need to separate this out a bit because I'm wanting the player to be behind this sort of balustrade of the boat when he goes up on top of the ship. So I think I'm going to have to play about, maybe split the art out into a couple of layers. Right, that can be for another job later on. Hey, it's you. Unleash the Kraken. Yeah, I've no Krakens in my game, although I'm considering an octopus. I might add portals that an octopus sticks its tentacles in through. Yeah, this is where we're up to at you. Just got been drawing this boat tonight, so you'll just run about the level. I haven't added ladders that you can actually climb there. It's more just a mock-up for now, just to check I'd got the dimensions right before I got carried away with shading and stuff. So, looks good. Cheers. Yeah, I'm not doing things the nicest way. I'm just sticking a load of these static bodies all around the level to use for walking on. I did have a tile map originally, but as I've just drawn the level in one image, I'm just going to leave it as it is. There's little gaps between stuff, but it's not going to cause an issue with the size of my collision box on my player. Need to think of a few more hazards for the ship. If anyone's any ideas, shout up from chat. I've currently there's got to be leaks in the boat, an engine that breaks down, possibly an octopus that comes up and sticks its tentacles about that you have to get rid of. Anyone's got any other idea of hazards that could go wrong on a little fishing boat, then I'm open to suggestions. Crabs that make you crabby. Yeah, could have a little infestation of crabs on the deck or something. Yep. Crabby crabs, I'll write that one down. Too much salt that makes you salt. Oh dear. I presume these are you're going all out with the puns in your game then. You seem to have these all lined up ready. Right, let's check I can navigate about. Oh no, I need to add some more ladders in. I'm not going to be able to go anywhere unless I add some more ladders and then what I think I'll finish off the stream doing is making work on the second player character. I'll make a start on that. I'll grab a reference image and start on the fisherman. Duplicate the ladder, and again. I'll organise this scene a lot better. Now let's just check we can navigate around the level. Careful not to go off the edges because there's nothing there stopping me at the minute. And I need to sort out the layering so that the player goes behind this top bit instead of walking on it. And I need to figure out what I'm doing with the wheelhouse because I've drawn it as if it's outside, but I'm planning on having the steering wheel visible so you can go in and do that, but I'll sort that out at some point as well. But no, you can go up and down all the ladders. So I've got the start of a level there. We'll be trying, we have a list, a pretty long list. Can you go overboard? You can at the moment, but no, when the game's done, you can go sort of gone forever into the abyss. But no, I'll be making it so that there's a blocker here, and these will be closed off properly. The fisherman, I've not decided yet whether he's going to be able to move or whether he's just stationary there, just fishing, or whether he fishes, catches a fish and then has to deposit it somewhere. Because I did think another thing that this player might need to do, the fisherman might run out of bait, so there might be a bait station where he has to make some bait. I think they call that the Call of the Void. Yep, definitely. Right, let's find myself a reference image for this fisherman. Got to go for the classic fisherman look, so something along these styles. So let's find something to work from. Salty little fisherman with his white beard. Probably a bit much to show in pixel art, but right, I'll just use those sporadically for what I need. So we've got the player sprite there. I'll use him as a base. I've not got the best palette here for yellow colours, but I'll stick with this palette and we'll make the best of it. Get rid of some of this hat there for now. Right. Hey Sticks, how you doing? Attack at you, that's not very nice. I mean, good evening. Yeah, same thing, isn't it? It's always a good evening to attack at you. Fucking rude, yeah. Velopman, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Hey there, how's the jam coming along? It's coming on nice. I'll show you. I'll tell you what the game's about, and I'll show you roughly where I'm up to. So this stunning artwork shows roughly what the game's about. You've got a boat. You've controlled two little characters. Dr. Pineapple, thank you for the follow. So yeah, you've controlled two characters. The first one's going to be keeping the boat running, so there'll be things will break like the engine, you'll get water leaking in, you'll need to change direction, maybe you'll get attacked by something, which it was meant to be a shark, but it's been called lots of things, and you'll have to fight that off. The other guy is going to be fishing off the back of the boat. The aim is to keep the boat going as long as possible and catch as many fish as you can in that time, and you'll get a certain monetary amount for different sizes of fish, and it's what high score you can get money wise. So tonight I've been drawing, just roughly mocking out a boat for the level. So this will be the area the player runs about, and then currently in game, this is where we're up to. The layering needs sorting out a little bit, but you can navigate about the level. So it should be behind that at the top, but at the minute it's just one image. So that's roughly where we're up to at the minute. Obviously the theme's ocean. I'm planning on doing all 3 wildcards. Ooh, neat idea, love disaster management mechanics. Yeah, I've slightly nicked the idea off Sticks Media, who's in chat, because he did a similar game, but it was more of a sort of point and click with a mouse game, but it was keeping a ship going, so I've stolen that idea. Very cool, coming along well. Thanks a lot for that. Cool to use all wildcards. Yeah, I'm planning on probably a stream later in the week, just making loads of silly noises all stream and recording and using those in the game. Probably have different shouts when various things go wrong to draw your attention to what it is you need to fix. I'm hoping we can get all the wildcards in too. Dave is doing that for hours. Oh, we are. But no, just now, just making a start on the second player character, which is a fisherman, sort of going for this sort of style of generic fisherman. Not decided yet what type of fishing the guy's going to be doing. I did have the idea that maybe there's the normal fishing where you'll just dangle a rod and catch fish going on the bottom, but I did think it was maybe a crab boat, and like when the boys come past, to signify there's a crab pot below, the guy at the back fires his hook to grab the boy and then pull the crab pot up. So not sure about that, how well that'd work, but that's one of the reasons why I'm sort of planning on leaving the top of the boat solid so that you'd see the boy coming on. But to be decided, I'll leave that till later in the week when I start working on the fishing mechanic. It's a nice looking trawler. Thank you very much. A crap boat. Yep, that's the one. Fishing for crap. Looks pretty good to me. Welcome in, Dunny. Thank you very much. Did the auto shout outs work for either you or or use sticks. Seemed to have stopped working, and I never noticed when you came in. I'm presuming they didn't, with there being nothing in chat, but I broke something. No, I didn't, so shout out, no problem. In chat there, we've got Styx Media, who streams on Twitch, streams game dev, and also playing various games. He's been playing Prison Architect over the weekend, and also Dunnikin. He streams at the moment predominantly Project Zomboid. They're both great streams, so anybody that wants to check them out, go check them out. It's maybe stream avatars overriding it. That could be it, because it's only the last 3 streams that I've noticed that. Are you grabbing the avatar, or does the shout out do that? I'm not sure, to be honest. I've just sort of I'm just capturing the game screen for the avatars, but I'm not exactly sure how they're working. Got to bounce, too sleepy, have a great one, and game's looking awesome. Thanks to Avrino, and thanks for dropping by. I hope to see you again, and good luck with your game too. The shout out does it, when shout out avatar gets picked up and hangs in the middle of the screen. Yep, and if you want to go check out a Chew, I think you got a stream at Chew? I think you should. Right, let's get back to getting this guy's. That's not looking too bad for a little fisherman. I didn't even realise Stream Avatars did that. I like it. This lad looks like he's went Super Saiyan. He's meant to be one of these guys, Josh. Sort of a generic fisherman. But I think once he gets animated, he'll look fine. I think it needs a little bit more work, but I'll get it in the game for now once it's done. That's your timeout sticks for attacking at you earlier. Hard jail for beating at you.
Don't you wait to come back. 'Cause that may be the last thing.
There might not even be any point me colouring these, doing actual walk animations, because I haven't decided yet whether this that guy's ever going to leave the back of the boat fit from fishing. But if I do it now and at last minute I decide that I want him to move about, it means he's ready.
Don't you wait to come back. 'Cause I've been gone a long time and you never knew. You worry about how it all went down so long ago. You can't see it starting over again. And all along we know it's wrong, but we're not quite set in behind. Tell me if you're awake. Can I talk to you again? Tell me what's a mistake that I've made us only friends. Now I notice how you don't stay anyways.
So that'll do for Little Fisherman's Walk. Idle. He's definitely not going to be going up any ladders, so the idle at the minute for the other players just the same frame twice. Right. What I think I'll do now, just probably do a little bit of coding for the last bit of the stream. I've got some rough ideas how I want the damaged items to work. So I'll make a start on adding some of the logic for that in. So I want to have a second timer in here. So I've got one timer that'll be used to help trigger when it breaks down. Then I also want a timer that it's got to time each state when it's broken down. You'll get like a warning time, then after that it'll start getting more dangerous and it'll start doing a little bit of damage to the boat, and then if you've still not fixed it when it gets to the third level, then it'll start doing a lot more damage. So let's have a look at the script. So when the initial timeout starts, what we'll do is set that it's working to false. I've not actually done any of these animations at the moment. All they do is just make the square box move up and down. So when it's working, it's going up and down, and when it breaks, it stops. But if I can get one working, then all the things should work exactly the same. So I'll just better inherit from this one scene and make them all work. Seeing the editor text effect in action. Yeah, it's pretty cool that for a change. So what I need to do is I'm going to only allow it to have a certain number of items broken at a time. So in my global script I've got var to keep count of how many are currently broken and what the maximum number of items are to be broken. As the game goes on, this number will increase, so more items will be able to be broken at once. But to begin with, I'm just going to get it working with just the one. So first of all, if what did I even call that? So if that is less than the maximum number, then we'll set is working to false. We'll start playing the broken animation. And we'll set this very similarly worded, but we'll leave them for now. We'll set that timer going. What I want to do is that for a random range. Let me just check. So no, with it being a set thing being damaged, we'll always do it the same amount of time. So the initial stage will have us 4 seconds for now. We need to hook this timer up so that when that time's out, it triggers another method function. We'll have a string to show the state of the object. And to begin with, we'll set that to working. Instead of having this bool, we'll to broken state 1. Pow, pow, pow. Yep. I don't think I could use it all day, every day. I think it'd get annoying, but just for every now and then, it's quite fun. Makes coding into a game at you. I know that's a game you like to play. Right, I'll get my head around what I'm doing here. So when that timeout goes, it sets state to broken 1, plays broken, starts that timer. What we want to do, if there's already enough things damaged in the scene, is start this other timer again. And this is the one that we want, the random range. And we'll do that between 5 and 10 seconds. And as far as I know, I need to call randomize before that, otherwise it'll every time choose the same random number, if my understanding is correct. They also need up here to don't know why that's doing that in there. So now we need to set it so that when this other timer goes out, we move it on a stage to the next level of being broken. So if
It's just a way. Can't keep you honest like you're coming clean. Just the way.
I think I'll rename all these, but I can't think of anything better at the moment, so we'll start that timer and we'll set state to broken 2. Just copy that. If state is broken 2. To broken 3. From stage broken 3, we don't need to set the timer because it'll just keep giving damage when it's in that state. I need to draw some kind of indicator. Get the palette I'm using, which is Rosie 42. Start with a yellow warning. Get a little bit more danger when and then have I got a ready colour? That's the one thing this palette is really missing. It's not very good for reds. They're all a little bit pinky and purpley, but we'll stick with it. So we'll get that added into the game. That imported. So we will add that to the scene as another sprite. We'll give it its own animation player. 3 horizontal frames. I'd use an animated sprite, but I've not used those for ages. It doesn't really need an animation player unless I decide to start. I suppose I could start making them move up and down a little bit as well, so we'll stick with the animation player. Not actually added the texture to that sprite, have I yet? Then we'll add an animation for 2.
I wanna make sound. I wanna change everything.
And 1 for 3.
I wanna fix everything. But the hardest part of this is to take who you are and change what you need. Stuck in a place you're
Get this script for this warning done, and then that'll probably be it for tonight for my stream. I've made quite a good bit of progress with the boat. So there we play 2. There we play 3. And here we play the first one. So let's see if that actually works. Right. We'll set that invisible to begin with. After a few seconds it should. Yep, so it stopped working, got the warning. Right, it's gone straight to right, it's because what I'm doing, I'm checking if it's state 1, setting it state to broken 2, and then obviously straight away it's true as it's going through. So we'll do an else if. That should fix that. So the item's working. It breaks. Waits a few seconds. Let's get more needed repair, and then it's fully needing repair. Right, well, Thank you very much, everyone, for dropping by. Let's have a look. Who is there to raid? Let's find somebody doing Godot development. Taboogie says doing secret game development. We will give them a raid. Thanks for stopping by, Dunny, and thanks everybody else. It's been great. Thanks for the new follows from Ben Semerick, Velopman, and Dr. Pineapple. Cheers, Josh, for sticking around. And we'll go give Taboogis a raid and see what they're working on. Cheers, Atu. Thanks a lot.
No internet required. It adapts to match your style with custom palettes, widgets, and more from Material U. With the most layers of hardware security in a smartphone,